everybody. So in this video, we're still working on properties of exponents. So in our first example, remember that anytime you're working with a fraction, we are going to divide our numbers and we are going to subtract our exponents. Now, with this particular example, let's go ahead and let's simplify the numbers first. And then I'm going to show you something you can do when you're working with your negative exponents. So we know 6 over 30 is going to be 1 over 5. Now, let's not subtract, because what I don't want to do is subtract with a negative, right? Because I don't want you to mess up on your signs. But here's a little trick you can do. Remember, to make this positive, you have to move it from where it is. So if it's in the denominator, I need to move it to the numerator. If I have a negative in the numerator, I need to move it to the denominator. So before we subtract, let's just move these and see how this looks. So if I move the x to the 8 on top, and then I move the x squared on bottom, now subtracting these is going to be really easy, and I don't have to worry about all the negative signs. So my solution here, when I subtract 8 minus 2, that's going to give me 6. So I have x to the 6th, and this is going to be over 5. And that's going to be my solution. Now, remember here with an example like this, we are multiplying, so we have to use the product rule. So the product rule says whatever your coefficients are, multiply them. So 3 times 5, that's going to give me 15. And when you are multiplying with exponents, you add. So here I have x to the negative 7 plus 4. So now I have to simplify this. So I have 15 x to the negative 3. Now remember, we are simplifying completely, so we cannot have here a negative exponent. So we're going to bring that down to the denominator, and this is going to give us 15 over x to the third. And that is going to be our solution. Lastly, with this problem, remember this is the power property, so this 2 is going to go to the x and it's going to go to the y. So we have negative x squared y squared times 8x to the negative 7 y to the negative 2. Now, because we're multiplying, this is the product property. So I multiply the coefficients together. So this negative 1 times 8, that's going to give me negative 8. And we are going to add the exponents. So here we have 2 plus negative 7. Well, that's going to give me negative 5. And then I have 2 plus negative 2. Well, that's going to give me y to the 0. So we have a couple of properties here. We have a negative exponent, so we have to take care of that, and we have a 0 power. Remember, anytime you have a power of 0, this simplifies to 1. So this y to the 0 is going to turn to 1. So now we have negative 8. X to the negative 5th is going to need to come down so that that becomes a positive exponent, and our y simplified to 1. All right, that's going to be all for this example. I hope that you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and we'll see you all in the next video.